Spread between 4th and 6th Streets in downtown Minneapolis. We welcome you inside spacious U.S. Bank Stadium. Today we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here, as it'll be the L.A. Chargers taking on the Minnesota Vikings. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And no return here to start. It's a fair catch, and they will set up shop at the 25. Throwing first play is Herbert. And this intercepted on the first play of the game. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So a big defensive play there on the opening drive, no less, as they make the interception and bring it back for the score.
And I think that's a signal for how this defense wants to play. They want to be disruptive, and you know they're going to take some chances.
Well, sometimes it can burn you, but right there, it paid off. And for the extra point, Cameron Dicker. He hasn't missed an extra point all season, and he won't miss this one either, and it's 7-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And not a very good return at all, as he won't even get this back to the 15. The Charger drive about to get going. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
And that is not what you expect from a receiver of his caliber. Sometimes you get a little ahead of yourself. You don't look it in, and all of a sudden it's on the ground. A surprise to all.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That goes for a gain of 31.
This play is a thing of beauty when it works as designed, because they let the running back slip out of the backfield and head down the sideline on a wheel route. Number one, it's easy for him to get lost. And number two, really tough for the linebacker to run with him. And this ball's right on the money and leads to a big play.
So that changes things. Here's 1st and 10 all the way up at the 45.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 43. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he's going to be taken down right there at the 20-yard line. Now Herbert going to shift his guys around. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 11 more on that one, and another 1st down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Now it's Herbert. Open man, it's Johnston. Touchdown, Chargers. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chargers are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. Missed it. No good. And they'll remain down by a point. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Good starting field position for the Vikings as they have it 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Off play action. Pickett. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The Vikings did a very solid 4-1 here in the early part of the year. And they've come in on a nice run of recent form. 4 wins out of 5.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
2nd down and 8. And now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's a 2nd and 8. They'll go to Barkley again. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42. And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the 1st. Now Pickett. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Really good coverage all over the field. It took away his intended read and almost dared him to try for his guy out of the backfield. No surprise on that one. It doesn't connect.
They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down. Pickett, he'll look to throw it. Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. So now following the roll of the dice, they've got a 1st and 10 inside the 35. Here's Pickett. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that is incomplete. Garrett Wilson, the intended receiver. And now it's second down. When you talk about the defense for these Chargers, against the pass, they're toward the middle of the league, number 15 in the NFL.
I think if you talk to their head coach, you'll get a nice answer about how much he likes his team and what they're doing. But at the end of it, he would admit there's definitely room to improve.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on third down. Looking to throw, Pickett. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And it's caught on the deflection. And this is going to be a touchdown.
Well, the lost sleep that the defensive coordinator had all week preparing for this game, a good portion of it was trying to prepare for him because he's absolutely a phenomenal player.
And a lot of times around the goal line, they know it's going to him. It's just so hard to stop.
And that's where it really becomes difficult because you're exactly right. They know it's going to him, yet they still can't stop it. That tells you when you're a dominant player.
So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll get to the 30-yard line before going out of bounds. The Charger drive about to get going. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Chargers defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. Though certainly in a pickle here. They have a mile to go to try to pick up the first. We'll see what they've drawn up. They'll motion the tight end across the formation. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. I think maybe that tuck rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder.
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm is going forward. Incomplete pass. Just 21 yards on the punt there. And the Vikings will be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. Touchdown! T.J. Hawkinson, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Vikings are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And the lead is up to 15 now. after the Dicker field goal. He's back out, ready to send it away. Well, he thought about coming out, but instead he does go down to a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move. And it's a fumble. And the Vikings pick up the football. And this drive will start on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
Remember in preseason we went to different training camps and visiting teams, and we always would see the running backs working out and going through those gauntlet drills. And, guys either slapping at the ball or the machines. You got to really take care of it.
Lost it there, big fumble. Pickett with a quick throw out wide. They'll go for a gain of 7, and that'll make it second down. Final 30 seconds of this first quarter, and it's been a quarter dominated by the guys with the football. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And the Vikings are going to be set up with a first and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily.
They've been in the red zone 3 times in this game and have not scored a single point. Can they break through here on second and goal? Back to throw, Pickett. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Oh, nice defensive effort there, providing the hit as the ball got to the receiver, separates him from the catch, and normally he's a sure-handed target.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is third and goal. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Touchdown, Vikings. Odell Beckham with career touchdown number 75. And the Vikings are able to add on to their first half lead. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. Now Austin Eckler on the return. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The Charger drive about to get going. Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units, and they kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. Here's Herbert. And his throw is incomplete.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
From the gun, Herbert on third down. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's fourth down.
How about the coverage we just saw break out on third down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears try to go for it on fourth. An audible here to get a new look. On fourth down, Herbert. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down.
We always talk about big-time players make big-time plays in big-time moments. I think that fourth down qualified. That was a heck of a throw.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Herbert going to change the play here. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. And now an audible here into something else. Third and long, it's Herbert. And that's caught inside the 35. And he's going to step out of bounds all the way down at the 20. A big play there for L.A. 47 yards.
So often when we're watching a football game, we see one with a lot of ebbs and flows, and this one is no different. And sometimes you just need a big play to wake you up a bit. And they get one right there. That shot of caffeine this offense was looking for.
Herbert operating from the red zone. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Second and 10. Here's Herbert once more. And this one too low.
That's a big force incompletion there to bring up third and long. And this defense can still salvage a little momentum by forcing them to kick a field goal. Because just a few plays ago, they looked like they were headed towards the end zone.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Complete to Johnston here. And the Chargers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. Out of the gun, Herbert. That's caught at the 2. Touchdown, Chargers. From 4 yards out. And the Chargers are able to cut into that deficit. Well, CD, you know he's got great options at wide receiver, tight end, but there he looks to the backfield, and it results in a touchdown.
I love how you laid that out. So many options. You maybe forget about some of the ones that you should be covering. And they made them pay with that one, didn't they? You forget about the guys in the backfield, they're eligible too.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So, to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
2nd and 10. Pickett will look to throw it here. That one into the hands of Beckham downfield. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
This offense is looking very comfortable here in this first half. Very relaxed, very smooth, very efficient. No wasted motions. Things are definitely going their way, and they continue to move the ball downfield.
Pickett to throw on 1st down. And a little floater there, but it'll wind up incomplete, falling to the ground. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Pickett. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 27 yards there on a very nice 3rd down conversion.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick it down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
Now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There's a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage, and that throw had no shot.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Pickett back to throw. Flush to his right. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They haven't been able to stop them so far this series, but getting a nice little stand from their defense now.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Dialing up another pass here. Pickett. Pass taken in by his big tight end. Touchdown! T.J. Hockenson on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Vikings will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Dicker down to tack on the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And with a 3-score deficit staring him in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Herbert changing things up. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. And now they'll shift things around. Back to throw here, Herbert. Pass hauled in by Johnston. Muscles by at the 25. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. Herbert setting up to throw on first down. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Trying to get something positive to happen here before the break, and they sure need it. They went for the big one, but it winds up incomplete.
The final shot before the break for Herbert. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Vikings have to like their position. They got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. And we won't quite make it to the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
Barkley, inside handoff. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
Second down and a yard. Now Pickett.
Going underneath, he's got Hockenson. And Hockenson going to have the Vikings first down as he'll get this down to the 32. But just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Looking to throw, Pickett.
Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 20-yard line. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. Up the middle with Barkley. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Glad to have you with us from Minneapolis. Third quarter here, 2nd and 10.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
It's Khalil Mack that time, shooting in there to get him to the ground. And that sack, Charles, just looked like a case where a speedy defensive end is a little bit quicker than the offensive tackle.
Yeah, it makes it difficult for a tackle to determine what exactly to do. Do you do the kick slide and try and get back in the pocket and meet him there? Do you meet him on the line of scrimmage where they call a quick set? In any event, right now, he's having his troubles.
Throwing on 3rd down. Here's Pickett.
Wilson's got it complete. It's so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty. 1st and goal. And Barkley will try to punch it in. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Saquon Barkley with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Everybody in the stadium knew what they were going to do right there, CD. 3 tight ends on the field, all that extra bulk, and they run it in.
And you saw where that one went, right? You run it over your best blocker. I can just see the head coach right now. I want to run this one over the big boy. And they got it done.
Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And that'll push the lead up to 29 now.
Now, after the Dicker field goal, he's back out, ready to send it away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone.
Sheds off the tackle.
And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Charger drive about to get going. The CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history, and that's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
3rd down and 6. A shotgun snap for Herbert. He's got his target. That's complete. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game, because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long. But a nice throw there for a good gain and a 1st down.
On 1st and 10, Herbert. Open man, complete downfield to Davis. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
Now Herbert going to change the look. Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. Now they'll change things up. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Again, Herbert. This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Now it's Herbert. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Chargers get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Extra point attempt here still to come. And that'll cut the lead down to 22. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Back to throw, Pickett. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. A give to Barkley out of the gun. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage. They are powering through, and they're controlling this game.
They keep it with Barkley on first down. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They work now on 2nd and 9. Going underneath, he's got Hockenson. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Pickett, he'll look to throw it. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It's a gain of 8, and it'll wind up moving the chains.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
Pickett now on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach, and maybe you and I should attend that press conference to see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up, but he certainly will have some explaining to do.
And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down. Pickett will look to throw it here. That is caught. Touchdown, Vikings. Odell Beckham with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings are looking to run it to 5-1 on the season as they add to their 4th quarter lead. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now. Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Charger drive about to get going.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. Now, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Now Herbert going to shift his guys around.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Throw over the middle, and it's caught by Johnston.
So the completion good for 6 yards. And that's going to bring up the 4th down.
Now how about this? They'll change it at the line. Oh, they're changing this at the line.
4th down for Herbert. Desperation time. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. The 4th down play doesn't work for the Chargers. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone.
First and 10, here's Pickett.
To Barkley on the check down. We are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. Now it looks like he'll throw here.
That to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
The CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
So the starting field position was terrific following the surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Back to throw here, Herbert. He's got another one to Johnston. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot.
It's a nice completion and a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you?
Options galore here. Second and a few inches.
Herbert now. Now he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
An incomplete pass on second down leads us to 3rd and inches. Herbert back to the air. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have the Chargers first down, at least at first glance, as he'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches. He gets it to Johnston. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
But we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants him to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is. We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Herbert going to change the play here. Here's a handoff out of the gun.
Down to about the 22 here. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this 4th quarter of play. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. Here's Herbert. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big.
Well, he's regarded as one of the best athletes among NFL tight ends, Charles, and it certainly was on display right there.
And as we've seen this league continue to grow and develop, I think the tight end position is becoming harder and harder to defend because now it's elite athletes playing that position, not just the big guys who can block. How about his ability to get downfield and make plays against any defense?
And the Vikings able to recover. The hands team does its job. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know you brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Here's a give to Barkley. Broke through some contact, but unable to reach the 40. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
3rd and 3. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he won't get close. Only a yard. 4th and 3. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. They'll run with Barkley. And shutting him off that open field. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Hey, nothing to see here. Just your standard 4th down gain of 28 yards. And the drive keeps going. Where they were on the field, kind of no man's land. Do you like the call?
I love the call. Almost had to go for it there, right? Because of what you just described. Too far for the field goal. Too short for the punt. You might punt in the end zone and just give them good field position anyway. Let's go for it. Plus, they were moving the ball. They had confidence that they could pick up.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey. And the Chargers will take over here just shy of the 30. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
After the turnover, here's Herbert. And that's going to be incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
One last throw here for Herbert. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go to each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for the Vikings, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Chicago Bears next week. Meanwhile, for Los Angeles, the loss here will move them back to 500 at 3-3. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.